Mr. Jackal. Yeah, so Marshall came up with the Jackal character because of this expression where he was working in an area in the States where they used to say that you're a bit of a jackal, and that was a way of expressing that you use very biting language. And of course, Jackal's a bit like a dog, so he does bite quite a lot, and this character is the one within us that uses a lot of judgments, evaluations, blaming. What else do you do, Mr. Jackal? Anybody else know what else he does?
Shame and guilt, and good
good
and bad, right and wrong.
Yeah, good at that one. And today it's interesting because I was teaching in education, and I really thought, it's like the jackal really is probably more the kind of left side of our brain, that side that is really about rule bound and fixed, and this is the way it is, and likes lists and legislation. This is the law. That's what the jackal's like. And this is part of us, and this is part of the majority of us have been educated this way. This is what the education system's like. If you do this, you're going to get detention, you're going to be punished. You're a good girl, you're a bad boy. And I'm going to tell you what to do, because I know better than you. But the problem is, in a way, is I think in sometimes even in NVC, we then end up seeing this character as the bad guy. The really bad one. And this is what sometimes happens, as the good one. And this is not how it is. Because he's not the bad guy. At all. In fact, he's a very friendly, useful guy. He's kind of, to us, if we befriend him, he's really can tell us a lot. So we don't throw him away. We need him. But he's no good if we haven't got this one. So again today, really, when I was talking about it, we have two sides of our brain. This is how I like to think of it a bit, really. He's like really quite logical, and he also gets quite stressed, and he bites when he's stressed because he can't manage his emotions very well at all, this guy, this part of us. He's more of a kind of primitive part of ourselves. Whereas this one has got a very tall neck, means he can really survey the landscape and see everything that's going on. He's got a very big heart, which means that because of course he has to pump all the blood all the way up to his brain, so this is why we use the giraffe. And the giraffe, which I found out recently, can eat really prickly food. So even if the jackal is doing biting stuff, the giraffe can just digest all of that sort of quite nicely and still be with a big heart. So, and what I've learnt, my kind of learning on this, and I mean this really happened to me in one workshop I was in with Marshall, because when I first learned NVC, I did think, I've got it, you're the bad guy, you're the good guy. I know about angels and devils, I've had them in my life a long time, so I just exchange them now. And actually, on this workshop I was with Marshall, that really transformed me. I don't know if this, when I say this, if this also makes sense to you. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts afterwards. But I really heard this thing of it's not about right or wrong. It's not about good or bad. Not to say, of course, some behaviours or actions harm people. Of course they do. And they're not life-serving. But these characters here, he, underneath him, is him. If we can really hear what this one says. Because human beings, we have the capacity, we have an instinctual capacity to care, to contribute, to want to contribute to people's well-being. And that's who this guy is. So when he's saying something that's not very pleasant, like, you're a really crap father, you know, you never see your children, something like that, or what need is beneath that for this guy here? What is the underlying need? Or how is he feeling when he's saying something like that? You're a crap father, you're a crap mother, or you're a rubbish teacher, or whatever it is. You know, what is this guy feeling?
Frightened.
Maybe frightened?
It's in defence of something.
Yeah, so how's he feeling when he's saying that, do you think?
Bitter. Hurt.
Maybe frightened, maybe hurt. So this is the giraffe. It's like, you know, he's curious about that. How are you feeling when you say that? What is it that you really need? So you're a rubbish father. Maybe it's, I really would like to spend some time with you, Dad. I'm missing you. I'm here. Can you see me? And I'm feeling scared. This is what the giraffe's saying underneath the jackal, or something like this. So we all have these voices.